record so that you can see my mouth, but you're not going to see my face today. Okay, I'm still working on getting some tools for this channel. Okay, so today I know you can see the mouse. Okay, and if this is your first time watching our video, I will encourage you to go and watch all the lectures so that you can continue see it, else you will not understand. I will encourage you to go to the playlist and go and watch from lecture 1 to lecture 9 before continuing from lecture 10. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I encourage you to click on the subscribe button down below and click on the bell to receive notifications anytime that we add a new video. Okay, so we have a mockup. It's a bootstrap material design bootstrap framework. They've just combined material design, which is a CSS framework, of which we are going to use it in our website development. Okay, so open your browser and go to mdb bootstrap. As you can see, mdbootstrap.com. Alright, so I have to show you the mockup that we are going to develop. It has to be somewhere. Website redesign, yeah. So go to the site mdbootstrap.com to go and download their files. The website that you'll be creating a simple coming soon page. Okay, my internet is very slow, very slow. Oh guys, I think it's my browser. Let me change my browser. Yeah. So let's go to MDB. You can search for MDB Bootstrap. Yeah, it was I used DuckDuckGo search engine instead of the normal Google. That's personal preference. Okay. Now you're asking me why not Google? That's a personal preference. So you see that's their website, the first one, and this is their logo. Hope you can see their mouse, MDB. So the mdbootstrap.com, that's their main website. Good. So when you get access to their website, we are going to download the files, the mdb files. And when you download that zip file, what you will see in the zip file is CSS, JS, which is JavaScript, and yeah, I think CSS and JS. Okay, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the CSS and JS files. So you go to getting started, click on that button, and you can see choose your version. So they have the free version and the pro version. So don't worry going for the pro. We are going to download the free version and we are going to build professional website even with the free version. Okay, so there are some things that it comes with the free version and the pro version. Okay, but just download the free version. But if you have money, you can go in for the pro version. So click on the download zip, and in order to download, you don't need to register. Okay, you can see my downloader has just picked it up. So if you have a downloader there, by clicking on the download button, you see your downloader should pick the zip file up. You don't need to register anything on the website. So just close that one, and I'm going to click on the download. The current version is 4.19, and always going for the current version. Okay, so it's downloading. I think it's done. Great. So let's open the folder there. We already have, okay, this version 4.19.0 and this version 4.19 is the same thing. So when you unzip the file, just unzip the file, just double click on it to unzip, whether you're using Windows or Mac. Unzip the file. There you go. You can see the 0.0_1. Yours might look like 4.19.0. I think because I have one already in there, that's why it renamed it to _1. So when you open the folder, you can see I cancel it. Wow, they've added some templates to it. So it comes with a template, the CSS file, which is our concern, the CSS, the JS folder, the image folder. We don't need that. We need the JS folder, we need the CS folder, we don't need the SCS folder. We don't need all these things. So all that we need is just the JS and the CS. So I'm going to go on my desktop. Yes, I'm on my desktop and create a folder on the desktop name, and let me name it paperless. Okay, because I'm building paperless website, so just name it paperless. Okay, so let me open up paperless folder. There's nothing in there, so I go back to the mdb folder that or directory that I have unzipped, and go and copy the CSS directory and the JS directory. So I just copy it and come and paste it in the paperless folder on the desktop. Guys, I hope you are following. So if you are following, just comment. Okay, comment, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'm going to reply to your comment. Okay, let's get interactive in the comment section below. Okay, just ask your questions in there, and I'm going to personally reply to every comment in there. So we have it. Now we're going to add that folder to our Sublime Text workspace. So when you go to the Sublime Text, okay, I've opened a new Sublime Text workspace, and let's go to the desktop. I have my paperless folder there. I just drag and drop it in Sublime Text. Good. So as you can see, let me increase the font size in my Sublime. I hope this is better for you. Okay, so we don't have any index file here, so we're going to create, you have to create our index file. Okay, and I told that our index file is always the first file that the servers hit when anybody visits your site. So if you visit www.facebook.com, the first file that you see that they are login and register is the index dot something. It could be index.py for Python, or index.php, or index.html. Okay, so let's create our index file and name it index.html or index.htm. I don't know why my machine is very slow today. I think because I've opened a lot of projects. I can close them too. So index.html saved. Yeah, it's in there. Now let's go to the MDB website. Okay, they are going to show us how. See, we can do the basic. I showed in our previous lecture the basic template for HTML. You just type HTML and hit your tab key. Sublime Text will just generate the document for you. Okay, so this is a common template on how to start with your HTML. So now we can go into, you can go back to the MDB website and go to your site now and go and click the quick start. Okay, under the getting started, click on quick start. So you have a code there that you can just copy. Even they show you how to extract the files, and so copy these files. Okay, now I'm going to copy this basic template. Now the difference between what we have in our Sublime Text and this one is just that they've linked, as you can see here, they've linked a font awesome. And I'll tell you what font awesome is. They are just icons. Okay, the home, you can see some icons on the getting started, the download icon, the tutorial button. There's this icon there, so that's font awesome. So they just link the font awesome site, and they just link the files to their bootstrap. You see, I told that they are just using bootstrap and material design, so they will need the bootstrap CSS. So they've included the bootstrap CSS in there, and they have the material design bootstrap CSS. So this is the difference. We can just copy this and go and add it to our code. Okay, so let's copy only that and go back to the Sublime Text. So inside our head, we can just add that one to it. Inside our title, the website is for paperless, so paperless. We add these files to it. So let's go back. Now you can see down here they've linked their JavaScript files. Okay, you don't need to know JavaScript if you want to be maybe full stack developer. You want to do the front end and the back end at the same time. One thing is that you don't waste much time doing the front, the front designs. Okay, there are ways about going around it. So you don't need to know JavaScript to start using JavaScript. And I'm going to show you, because some of the functionalities at times just simple animations, simple drop downs, simple pop-ups, the modals, and these are all can be found in the frameworks. Okay, so when you add this code snippet, the JavaScript, to your file, if you get to adding modals to our website, I'll show you how to just a single line of code, it will just bring it up, because the modals have been already created by MDB. Okay, so let's copy our script, the links to our script, and just add it to our code. So I've copied it. Go back. So right under before the body tag, right? Yes, before the body tag, we post our script. So our website, all the other content, website content goes here. Okay, it will go here. So I'm going to write our first code, which is h1, hello world. Let's save this, and let's go and open our website. You can just double click on it to open. No, I'll need the MDB website, so I don't think I should open it today. So let me open it in a new tab. So you can see that the hello world, okay, the typography of the hello world is looking very slick already, because if you go back to the code and go and comment, let's go and comment off the MDB CSS and the bootstrap CSS. Okay, let's comment it off. Now when you add a comment to When add a comment to your website, it means that the browser shouldn't read that file, so they can't read anything in gray color here will not be read by the browser. Okay, that's comment. So when you go to the website, even though our hello world is there, so this is our initial typography. Okay, so because of the mdb that we've included in our website files, we are already using the font style, okay, that comes with the mdb. You can change it or you can just maintain it. So I'll choose to, for the sake of this lecture, I'll choose to maintain it. Undo, save it back, go to the browser. It's working. Okay, so we've been able to add our files to our web directory, okay, paperless folder. So now we can continue from there. Now let's go to our design. Okay, our design. Okay, so this is a simple design. This is a button. This just paperless. So from the paperless to the button, it's a nav. It's a nav bar. Okay, and you're not going to even code all. Okay, it's a nav bar. So before we go to even the main website design, okay, I have to introduce you to the framework and why the framework, why bootstrap, or why material design, why material design bootstrap. Now we do that because of we want to speed up in production and development, so we have to use a CSS framework just to just mock up our site and just jump onto the backend to go and write the scripts for the logic. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to some basic things you need to know when using a CSS framework like MDB or Bootstrap, because you're going to use Bootstrap code. So if you didn't download the MDB files and you have already Bootstrap 4 files, you can just follow suit. You know how to add, link your CSS files, and you can just follow suit even with this same tutorial. Okay, so if you have Bootstrap, if you are using Bootstrap, you can still follow this tutorial. Don't skip, still follow this tutorial to learn. Okay, so we are going to learn some basic things. Now, one thing that we have to know is that when, let's say, I add a button, okay, that's a normal button to my website. You see, it's not really designed. It's not nice. And when I go to the mobile view, let me just shrink it. Okay, let me just write some text in here. Just use the L'Oreal. Okay, now you can see already that the text is responsive to the screen size. When I make it into the mobile view, it's still responsive. But you see, when you code raw HTML and you open it on your phone, you see that the button is missing, that some of the tests are hiding somewhere. You have to just scroll. No, but if you're using a framework, all of those things comes in with it. Okay, the responsiveness. Okay, so it's easy to have a professional responsive website when you are using a CSS framework. Okay, and what is making this magic happen is called grid system. Okay, the flexbox, or maybe but grid system, because they're going to use grid, okay, to make our website very responsive that when it goes into a mobile view, how it's going to look like. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to grid system in this lecture and introduce you to buttons, okay, designing our buttons using mdb, calling the mdb classes. And in our previous lectures, I introduced you to class and IDs in CSS. Okay, and this where it comes in handy. MDB don't use IDs. Okay, all that they use is classes. So you will see me calling the class files, and any class file that I don't know, we will just go to the website and go and refer the class file. okay, the name of that particular class, and use it. So let's move on. So in our Sublime test, I'm going to clear all this test. I'm going to clear this also. Starting with grade system. Now, one secret I'm going to show you today is that when you go to a website, okay, like MDB, no, maybe this one will be so complex for you. Let's go to paperless.com. Now you go to paperless website, okay. Now the secret I'm going to teach you on every website, whether MDB website, whether Facebook, whether Twitter website, okay. The secret is that everything that you see there is a box, and they've been placed in a box that you can see with your eyes, but when in development we know that they are boxes. Now even with the way I've colored it, you can see that even the nav is a box up there. You can see that. Now under the nav is a header. Now the header where we've written the grow your business the smart way is a box, a bigger box. Now inside that bigger box we've divided into two big boxes. So you can see we've divided into two big boxes. So you see, if I try to even highlight it, it comes out. We've divided into two big boxes, one for the image and one for the grow your business the smart way, and where the buttons are being laid. So you can see when you come down here, the about us, this white pane, you can see that from the about us, now from the about us to where the services is, it's a big box. And inside the big box, we divided into inside the big box, we have another box there where we've placed the about us. You can see, let me highlight and show you. You can see they are in a box where we play the about us and they grow your business with that. So everything you see on the site are being placed in a box. So down below we divide the big box into two, whereby we put our paperless, the notes. You can see that. You see, you can see that. You can see that they are into two big boxes. We divided the one big box into two big boxes. So where we put the other ones here and the image beside it. I mean, image here, text here, image here. That's the secret. Okay. And even the text, you can say they are also in boxes. So that is one secret that you should have if you want to become a very good web designer or front end developer. Okay, you have to put this secret in your head that everything you see on the website are boxes. Okay, that's what we call pixels. Pixels are just tiny boxes that you can see with your naked eye. Okay, very good. So if you got in the concept of boxes, we can now go to our redesigned paperless website. So we can see here as white, and I'm still introducing you to the MDB framework. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to grid system. Don't mind the spelling. Okay, so if you want a shortcut to comment, so this one's supposed to, if I save this one and I don't comment it off, it will show on the website. Okay, so what you have to do is, the shortcut is this: how to comment in an HTML file. Less than, exclamation mark, double hyphens. See, it continues, but you have to close it at the particular end of that particular sentence. Okay, or the shortcut is just put your cursor there and click on the command question mark if you are using Mac, and control question mark if you are using Windows. Okay, any Windows machine. So we are starting with the grid systems. Let me give space. So grid systems. Now the grid system, okay, you can go to their website. Let me show you where you can find a grid system. It has to deal with columns and rows. Now, if you, I know if you went to a good school, you understand the concept of columns and rows. If your school wasn't really good or your teacher confused you with columns and rows, whereby you call columns rows and you call rows columns, I think this is for you. This is a tutorial for you. It's going to really help you to understand what is a column and what is a row. So when you go to layout, you can see great usage. Okay, great usage. So I'll encourage you to be reading. Okay, read more. You go to your personal website, go read. It's English. So far you can read English, read how it works. Read. So you have column one. You see they are telling this column one, this one a row. Those who call these things rows in their school, this rather a column. Okay, so you see they have a sample code there. You can copy it and just paste it in there to see how it works. But one thing that can help you is to type. Even if you can copy, learn how to type. So start by typing it, reading and typing, reading their code and typing it, and make sure that it's working. Now when you type more, it sticks into your head. But if you copy and paste every time, you go back and go and copy and paste. Okay, the more you type, the more the code sticks into your head, and the clearer it becomes to you. So this is the great system. You can go and read on it. But to skip all this reading, I'm going to just help you to introduce you to it. All right. Okay. So let me introduce you to that. So their layout. Okay, how the website is supposed to be laid out. Now the first one they introduce you to is, let me start a section. This is a normal HTML tag, section tag, and in there our dummy test lorem. Let's go. So you can see that our website, our test starts from the very edge. Why am I going to open the settings? But my computer is very slow. The very edge, and we don't want it that there. If you want your website to start from the very edge, fine. If you want a test to start from the very edge or an image to start from the very edge, fine. But if you don't want to, or you want to center your site, okay, you want to center it a bit. Now there are two classes that they've created in there. Okay, they call container. So you call the class container. You see that in your CSS file. So they have, even in the CSS folder, they have style.css. The style.css is for you actually to write your own personal CSS files and call them. Okay, so you can see here we've included the style.css. So if any change you do there, it will overwrite the DS, because DS comes before yours. Okay, all right. So the container. So where are the container? Just go to the mdb.main.css file. This is their CSS. So this is their CSS file. I know you cannot see it, but if you want to see the actual CSS file, go to mdb.css. Okay.
It's 10 o'clock.
So you can see. So these are their CSS files. These are colors. The blue, indigo colors, we can be using them. They've created. You see that they all start with a dot. It means that they are classes. So they don't do IDs, and they don't mix IDs with classes. Else, studying their documentation is going to be very difficult and very difficult to remember. So they stick to one particular conversion. So they are using classes instead of IDs. Okay. So we can do Control F to look for container. Very good. So this is a container. You can see a container. Now the media, you say, oh, where from this media? This is what you do if you want it to be responsive. So you code your own HTML and CSS and it's not responsive. You have to go and learn. There are a lot of articles out there, tutorials out there on how to code your own media queries. They are called media queries. Okay, you call the media, you call the width of the screen and how the container should look like. So this is a container. Okay, so we don't need to be going through their files. It's a lot of files. You can see the line number 900 and something. So you don't need to go through all these things. You just have to learn the basic concepts. Okay, so I'm going to close it. So container. When I save this, and our test is centered. But if you want it to start from the edge and ends at the edge, the class to use is go back, container fluid. So with that one, they give a small margin at the end, because starting from right from the edge looks very distorted. Okay, so if you want it to stretch a bit, okay, just use the container fluid. It's a container, is fluid. Okay, so let's stick to that. Now that's the first thing you have to know about layout. So your layout mainly has to be, it's either it's in a container or a container fluid. Okay, now inside the container we can put other boxes. That's when the rows and columns come in. Okay, so now this is going to be a long tutorial, but you have to bear with me. Now, in order to start with your rows and columns, I always encourage you to use the div sections. Okay, so div, we open a row. Now a row is from one end to the other, like from your right hand to your left hand. That stretch is a row. Let me show you what a row is. This is a row. This whole thing is a row. From the edge to the edge is a row, not a column. This is a row. Okay, the column is from the top here coming down. See, look at my mouse here where I'm clicking, coming down in this stretch. That's a column. Okay, these are columns, and this is a row. Okay, horizontally that's a row. When it is vertical, that is a column. Okay, you are welcome. So we are, in order to get columns, okay, in order to get columns we have to create a row, because columns can be found in a row. So we call their class row. Can go and check, nothing happens, because it's the same thing. We've created our row. Okay, so inside our row, that's where we create our columns. Okay, so we are going to still use the div tags. So div, maybe we want to put some some things in a column. Okay, arrange some boxes on the screen. Now know that from the end, from this end, okay, of your screen, of in your browser, from the end, your left end to your right end, okay, contains 12 columns. Okay, it contains 12 columns. Every screen, whether mobile, whether iPad, whether a MacBook, okay, it contains 12 columns. Okay, you have to put that in mind. Now we call a class column, which is COL, the short form for column. Okay, so I set a column. Now I told you that there are 12 columns in this. I'm just going to copy, paste, paste. So we have 3 items there, but they all comes with columns. So all the class, you can see that they all comes with column. Okay, now when I call the COL class, which is column class, okay, that means I'm introducing columns on the items that I'm putting in the browser. So you can see that the files have been divided into 3 columns exactly. Okay, same sizes. Okay, now the reason being that I didn't set the number of columns that every item should take, so I told them that they should share among themselves equally. So I just use the column tag, a class. Okay, now assuming you want the first one to take 5 columns out of the 12, and this one should take the remaining, share the remaining among themselves. We just have to go here and make it 5. Can that be done? Yeah. So you can say the first one is taking 5 columns, and 5 minus 12, going to a good school, you know, is 7. So it remains 7, and the other ones just divide it among themselves equally. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. So we can, maybe I want this place to be 5, this place to be, what will be left is 1. Like you can see, so this is 6, this is 5, that is 6, and that is 1, making 12. Okay, and you said the text didn't come down here because it's supposed to be in that column. Now let's try to go to mobile view. As you can see, it is very responsive, it is not distorted. Now you can see that the same design, they divided it into columns. Okay, so let's go back to the desktop view. Now I say that, oh, so what if I make this 2? Making this one 2 makes the whole calculation sum up to 13. And what the browser is going to do is that this one can be here, so it's going to push it down. So it has been pushed down. Okay, because this one is 2, it can't fit here. What is left here is 1. Okay, very good. I know now you understand that concept. So hyphen, the number gives us the sizes. You can equally, instead of doing call, you can also do 3, 3, 3. Okay, that's 3. You divide it into 3 columns equally. Now you have to say that, oh, why is that there's a space? Because 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, not 12. Okay, so you can add a 4th one, making it 12. So that's a great system. For you to get a column, you have to first, let me go over. So when you start your website, when you start a blog, okay, let's say this blog, you're going to put the image there, this blog, you're going to put about us there. First, you call for that section. That section, call a container or a container fluid. Inside a container or container fluid, you call for a row before you start using your columns. So that's how it's being arranged. You call your columns, your rows, and you start calling your columns, okay. Now you can see we have a nice block of text there. You can add some inline style, background color. Red. For you to see the blocks very well, okay. That everything you see there is a box. I'm going to color. Just color them for you to see that they are in boxes. Okay, nice. So as you can see, when I try to shrink it, perfect. It's taking up the same design. Okay, exact division. Okay. Now, more on columns, more on the grid. Okay, let's say when it comes on the when it's being opened on a desktop, you want it to be divided into 4, but when it's being opened on a mobile, you want it to be divided into like you want it to display 2 2 2 2. It's not 4. Okay, because maybe because of the 4 is too tiny. Maybe the 4 is too tiny, so you want it to be 2 2. Okay, on a mobile view. So the trick is we go back to our columns, okay, and that's when I'll introduce you to some more classes, okay. Instead of the call 3, call 3, call 3, we can, there's a class that when we call, it determines the screen that the display is being opening them. Okay, so when I say call MD, that's a medium screen. Now medium screen starts from the small. See some 13-inch laptops and all those 15. They are medium screens. Now we have hyphen LG hyphen. That's when the number comes. The LG is large screen like TVs. Okay, some 32 inches going. Let's say 24. Some bigger desktop screens. 24 inches going, 32 inches going. LG and SM, the small screens for SM. SM is for small screen. Small screens are tablets. Okay, the tablets, iPad, and XS is for mobile phones. Okay, so we can set the MD should rather be 3 hyphen MD hyphen MD when it's on a medium screen and above. So that's how that's what it means. What you're trying to tell the browser is that if it is on a medium screen and above, you can see that it still remains the same. It should be 3 3 3 3 3 3. Okay, divide into 4. But when it's on a mobile view, don't delete this one. Okay, you just come here, another space, add that. It should be 2 2. 2 2 means 6. So you put 6 6. You come here, there also. So 666. Okay, we've added the 666. So so this is for medium screens and above. This is for mobile phones. So let's go and try whether it works. I know that's how Bootstrap does it, but anything can happen. So you can see, even as I try to decrease it, some screens can be the MacBook Air is even around this screen size. Okay, so still medium screen. So when I go down, what we are getting is, instead of yes, the 6 6 making 12 for the mobile, it's rather taking the whole screen. Okay, so we have to go and fix that. Now in order to fix that, because what we want is just we want a red green yellow blue, red green yellow blue, not this. Okay, that means that we are doing something wrong. Maybe they don't call it XS again, so you have to go back to the browser and go and look for how they call it for smaller screens. So always go back to the documentation. So we have SM. I know that SM is for smaller screens. So looking at this, I could tell you that the smaller screens are rather SM, but well, maybe Bootstrap 4 or maybe MDB has changed it. I can't tell, because when I used to code in Bootstrap, we use XS. So they are telling us the smaller screen now is XM. So let's just go and change the XS to SM. I hope you are following. Leave a comment in the comment section below. XM. Let's save our file. Let's go and refresh. Always refresh, as you come back saying that, oh, you've done the same thing but it's not happening. So as you can see, so this is the mobile view. This is how you're going to see on a mobile phone. That is around, they give us the screen size. Access is still there. I'm coming. We achieve that, you don't worry. We'll find a way around it. The SM is, you see that the COL, the column hyphen the number gives you the class for it. You see that one is auto. Okay. Now the small is greater than or equal to, okay, not greater than 5 6 7 pixels. Now if you want to use the extra small, now they say that we can just go back for the normal COL hyphen. What we're using it for, the other, to determine the other sizes. Okay, so that's what they are telling us now. Okay, so this is for the SM is still used for iPad and tablets. So this is an iPad view, okay, but when it still goes to the mobile view, it's still like that. So we are going to do the mobile view as well. So you don't change it, okay. Maybe the iPad you want it to be 666, or let's say the iPad you want it to be 3 columns. So for that one's 4, it's supposed to be 444. 444, making it 3 columns each. So let's refresh. So when it goes to the tablet or iPad, 1 2 3, so it seems the fourth item has come down, okay, because this 4 4 for making 12, so this has to come down, another 4 has to come here. So that's for iPad view. So mobile view, we have to work on it, and they are saying that from their documentation, in order to achieve the XS, okay, you can see that even here they will tell you that the breakpoint XX, since they've changed the naming for XX, but not the first XS. You can see that applies to small, medium, large, and extra large device, but not the first XS. So in order to get the XS, we are saying that anything less than 576 pesos, we should just call this on it. So let's go and try it and see, because we want, on the mobile view, we want it to be 2222222. That's 66, making 12. So let's come here. We've done the small screens. We are saying call 6. That's what they are saying we should do. So let's go and use that one for the smaller screens. So you see the code is becoming longer in the class, but I know that you are following it and you understand. And this is what you're going to do. You want a different view for mobile, different view for tablet, different view for desktop. You have to add all these classes names to it, okay. And let's refresh. Bingo, so it's working. So that is what you're going to use for the smaller screens, and when it goes on the tablet and iPad, it's 44. When it goes on the desktop, it's 333. So this is going to be, I'm going to end here for this lecture. I don't want lengthy lectures, so I'm going to end here for this lecture. And in our next lecture 11, we are going to continue with how to call for the classes, okay, for buttons. I'm going to introduce to buttons and the nav bars and the footer. They have already pre-built nav bar and footer in there, okay. So I'll see you in the next lecture.
Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah, I prayed for you and catching you.